Yes, friends. So let's start it. As I discussed earlier, we'll do the deployment and for this chest classification project, and then as discussed, there are two EC2 instances we needed for this deployment, as we are using Jenkins server for the set up our CI/CD pipeline. There are two EC2 instance, and one is for application, and the other one there is a ECR. We'll use ECR to for the Jenkins to push the image after creating a Docker image to push the to the ECR Elastic Container Registry, and then this image will be finally pushed do the help for the deployment in EC2 instance. Yeah, and we'll also create one IAM user for this. We'll give the permissions as well, since it's a small project for as a demonstration showcase purpose, so we'll only do it for with the administration purpose. But you need to when you will have to do it in corporate, it is basically based on the allowed or with your cyber security restrictions you have to do that, or with your securities companies corporate security or company security with the help. Yep. And we have used DVC, Python, and Visual Studio, which I highlighted here. Apart from that, we have used TensorFlow, Keras, for the application. I think so. That is what we have used, and I have also discussed this earlier, yeah, in the previous videos, in one of the video for the MLflow, and I have created for the same project earlier for the to tell what is the project is all about. Yeah. So let's get started without wasting much time. So okay, so in this I think we have already have created two files. Everything I have already committed in the junk to the to my repository basically. If you see my repository, yeah, and in this repository, let me go to my repository, just classification. In this I have already committed my workflow, all Docker files, and then all my Jenkins files as well. So but there are some few parameters are required based on the changes required from the uh, while do the deployment for the EC2 instance. We'll create one EIP Elastic IP as well, and yeah, and I have also created some of the flowcharts here for you to help to understand more about this project. uh, Please feel free to get into that, and provide me any advice if it is you need it, you feel that it is required. Yeah, and then yeah, we have also created a script folder. In that I have already described. First we will do the Jenkins server. So these are the steps we have to do after provision the EC2 instance. So these are the steps we have to do one by one. I have written all these steps here. And for the second one, basically EC2 instance, will have to do that all these steps. What all these steps are required to for this EC2 instance deployment steps, we'll already discussed defined here. So let's get started. So first of all, we'll have to create a one IAM user. In the IAM user, go to IAM users and create a user. Give a username as chest user. Attach policy directly. As I told, give that administrator access. Next, create user. You need to give a tags and all these things based on your company's thing may be required. So after once the user is created, I click on this chest user, and once that chest user is there, then click on security credentials and go a little bit down, access key, create access key, select command line. Select this checkbox confirmation, understand that as understand the above recommendation, and I want to proceed with the access, create an access key. click on next. Don't need to give any tag values now, and then download this file. Open this file for you. Need to open this file numbers, and keep it somewhere. Go back to your this EC2 instance, and then done. Now go to our first EC2 instance. To create an EC2 instance, currently we don't have any EC2 instance, so let's launch an instance and give that Jenkins server. Give a machine, Jenkins machine. Select Ubuntu. Select 2004 Ubuntu server, and then select T2 medium for this deployment. 4 GB is required minimum. Create a new key pair. Let me create a key pair. Name is just user just key. And then key pair, and then create a new chest key. GSST key. Keep it this with you. Key pair name is it's in the download folder. So it's in the download folder. Let it be, and then go to security group. Select this one, and then take this as 32 GB for just sake of this. I don't want any interruption and any problem during the deployment, since it is a deep learning project, and deployment could be if I'll take a T2 instance micro, could be done or could not be done. That could be possible. Just wait for this to start that machine. Once this machine will be started, we'll have to perform some steps in our Visual Studio code. I'll do all these steps here. This is clear, everything. So now my machine is ready, and then when machine is ready, I know Jenkins is required port 8080 to start. Means that it will be configured for port 8080. Either I can give it now that security group permissions, or else. So for that, basically you have to go to EC2 instance, and then in the EC2 instance to go to that instance ID, and then security group, and then in the security group you can click on the security group, and then edit inbound rules, and then add rule customs port 8080, and put the 0000. This is for the complete internet, and then save it. So now this is done. Go back to my EC2 instance. Other way, for you to come back to the security group thing, here also directly you can create. So this is our security group which has been created. Go to the instance, click on this one. Now I have to connect it. So there are multiple ways to connect. Directly you can connect to the here in the browser window, session manager, SSH client, SSH serial console. So let me do it with this way, with SSH, because I have the command above, and I'll do it here itself. So first let me see where am I right now. pwd. So I'm in the download folder. And then changing the permissions for this, and then I have a connection string. So let me connect it. Click on yes, no issues with this, and then start with the commands. Clear, select first command, copy and then paste. Just need to do this. Once this will complete, you have to paste the other command. Okay, this one done. Then second command, in which I am installing the Java, as it is Jenkins runs on Java, so we needed this one to install Java here. Once that will install, I'll have to go to this link, basically the second link. We'll go to the second link, basically this one. This is same I already opened earlier. So here we need these commands. Let me open it. The first one to get the Jenkins server's keys and all, and then this one Jenkins, and these three commands we need. This fourth one we don't need it. So these three we need these things one by one. So these three I have already written here. I'll use this one, so it will be easy for me. So yeah, so once this is done, let me see the Java installed or not. So click on console and then click write Java -- version. So Java C. So if I'm writing Java C, it is, you can see that it is coming on version. Okay, Java version. So basically Java installed, because I can see that it's running these things, otherwise it will not run. So okay, and otherwise it would have given anything wrong. Okay, and then let me start this command. First command, sudo get, paste it, done. First one done. Second one, paste it, enter. The third one, sudo apt-get update. So since this is Ubuntu, that's why we are using apt-get update. Otherwise, if it's a Linux, it will be a yum command. Instead of apt-get, you have to use apt-get. Yeah, and then install the font, open JDK JRE, Java virtual machine, Java runtime environment, and then we'll install the Jenkins. Click on yes. The other way you can give that click on Y here itself, so it will not ask for any permissions. So just save it. I'll push this file here in my link in GitHub as well. Just wait for some time. Jenkins will install. And after that, once Jenkins installs, we'll start and Jenkins and check the status, and then after that we'll install Dockers, and once that will done, we'll also do the AWS configure there, and we'll also create Elastic IP. But before that, we'll have to restart, because we'll have to do some installation of the plugins and all. So these are the steps I have written for in later stage. So my Jenkins is installed. Now go back to the Java, check this. Now you can see that my Java version it is also showing. Now start my Jenkins server, enable Jenkins server, then status. So I can see that it's there. Control C. So I back to my prompt. Now install the Docker. So install the Docker file, Dockers in my Jenkins server. Here it is. Run the command, run command one by one. If you will miss or anything will be done, then you will have to figure it out where you have done wrong. Just wait for a minute for the Dockers to install. Yep, and then do the next part. Oops, I copied the same one again. No worries. Let it be running. Now the next command, and then the next command to give the Jenkins servers as a sudo permission. Now we have a create a group here. And then install CLI, AWS CLI. Give the permissions again for my Jenkins server to this group, to the new group, user mode group. To my group I have to give the permissions for the Jenkins. Yeah, sudo permission to the Docker. Then paste it the next command. Now you have to do the AWS configure. This AWS configure, when you press this AWS configure, we need this files data, which we have get it from the while we done the user creation of so yeah, and then secret is here, and we are using US East 1, so -1 fine, then make it default. Now this is done. Check this server is running. Yeah, and then okay, now we have to set up the Elastic IP and all. Now let me do the Elastic IP. Okay, now go to my EC2 instances. Here we'll, in the left hand side and the bottom, we'll have the Elastic IP. Create, allocate Elastic IP. No need to change anything. Create this one and just use this Elastic IP. In this Elastic IP, you have to associate with our EC2 instance. Instance will be associate. This EC2 instance is associated. So now you see that after you started the EC2 instance, you will not get this kind of a problem. Now I cannot do it anything in my console. So this will basically it's cancelled or it's interrupted because my Elastic IP and everything is changed. So need to go back, means have to start it again. Then after EC2, this one, you need to restart your EC2 instance. Just select this one, reboot. Just wait for a minute. So this step is a little bit on top. Corrected these steps. So once this is started, I have to go back to connect again. This time this maybe this one is changed because I have changed this earlier. If you see, it was 172 something, but now if I'll click and connect, let me see if I can connect it here. Yeah, I can connect here. So EC2 instance is IP has been changed. Connection refused. Let's wait. Copy again and then paste it again. Yep, yes. So 172.31.81. Now it is changed to 171. This internal IP is never changed, but the external IP has been changed. That's why it is. We have to do it again. Okay. Now just check my Jenkins server. Yes, it is running. Now open our Jenkins server in browser. So for that you need a public IP of your Jenkins server. Copy it, paste it as this one, Control V. We have already configured our security group with port 8080. So I hope we'll get it everything over here. So it will give it is asking for the now initial password. So initial password, for that also I have written it in the script. So yep, and then do it. So we get this initial password, paste it here, copy and paste. No need to save anything. Now you have to do that install suggested plugin. Just wait, everything will be installed. If we have used T2 micro and everything, it could take more time. So because of this, the size of this deployment could be heavy. It will not be a heavy now, but it will be at the when we do the deployment, it will be heavy. So give a username, password. I'm giving the same. Confirm password also same. My name is Mayank, so I'm giving Mayank. Email address anything. I'm just giving as an email format. Yeah, and then once again, this is Mayank, this is Mayank, this is Mayank. Oops, Mayank. Yep, and then save it. Close it. You can see the password. Password is same, Mayank. No need. Okay. Now this is my IP. Confirm it. Public IP. Save it. Start Jenkins. Using Jenkins. Yes. I desperately want to use it. Now go to my. Now this is my dashboard. I don't have anything over here. It's completely new. And go to Manage Jenkins. And then go to Credentials. Here I have to go to again Systems. Go to Global Credentials. And then Add Credentials. So here we have to add 4 to 5 credentials. As I written here, we have to create a one ECR repository, and that ID we have to give. So go to this one. Let me do it here. ECR. Create one repository. Get started. Repository give as chest. Create. Created. Now you need this URI. Click this URI, and this in the credential thing you have to select like this is fine. Username, password, you need secret text, ID secret you have, and then ID you have to give a ECR repository. No need. Oh, thanks. Then again one more. Similarly, we'll for account ID. Account ID you have to go here, secret text, account ID. Password you will get your ID side. You will get this one. Here you will have this account ID 8456 something. Copy it, paste it, next you have to create another one, AWS access key, access key ID is, this is the one I need it. Save it. Next you need AWS secret key. Secret key is also here. And apart from that, you also need a last one as SSH, which is basically SSH key. You will find this SSH key, basically your Jenkins PAM key. So add credential. Here it is a little bit different. SSH username and key, private key. This time you have to select, and then ID side you will have to give this, and in bottom you have enter your keys directly. So yep, and then add, and go back to here in your yep. So let me see, where am I in your terminal. In this we have the chest key, or what was the key name we have created? A chest, right? Okay, let me see what was the key name. It's a chest key PAM. Okay, so you have to open it in any what was the name? Chest key. Open in any text editor, copy it, and then paste it here and create. So now if you see, we have, just close it now, Control X. Okay, so now I have done all this as is, we have copied. So now again go back to the Jenkins, and we have to install one plugin now. So go to my dash, manage Jenkins, and then we have a plugin. Here we need available plugins, and then we need SSH agent. Sorry, spelling is wrong. We have SSH agent, install it. After install it, just restart your Jenkins. So it will restart in a minute or so, and it will come back to that page. After that, we have to create a pipeline. So my name is Mayank, and then password is also Mayank. Login, close it. Now go back to your dashboard. Now we have to create one pipeline. New item, click on new item, select that pipeline name as chest pipeline, select the pipeline, and then OK. Here in this, you don't need to anything to do here. You have to select in the pipeline side, at the bottom you have to select the pipeline as script. Once you'll do that, it will give you the SCM option, which is in our case is basically Jenkins server. So you need your Git URL for this. Copy it and then you need to paste it there. Git repository URL. Credential no need. Here it is important that you need a main branch, because now in Git basically everything is on main branch. Here you have to give your Jenkins servers URL or path correctly, otherwise nothing will work. So we have a .jenkins. Inside this we have a Jenkins file, so spelling also should be correct. Let me go back to my screen. Here we have Jenkins / this one Jenkins file. You can copy this Jenkins files as well. Jenkins file. Just click on this rename as well, so that you can copy, rename, copy. So this one. Then you need to just paste it here, apply, save it. So we have the pipeline also over here. Okay, now we go back to here at Jenkins files and then Jenkins SSH. So we have done that, created the pipeline and everything we have configured. Now we have to go to our second script. Basically now we have to create another EC2 instance. Go to EC2 instance, create another EC2 instance, launch an instance. This one my chest server. Start with here. Yeah, it's my chest machine. Chest machine, same U12 2020-2004. Here I'll take a little bit large machine over here, and then same key pair ID we need. There's no need to create for me to another one. Here also we need a 8080 port open. Here also I need 832 GB, and then launch instance. So we have the application server also up in a few minutes. Just wait. Once it will come, we'll use it this one as well. So here we'll use this one itself here. Just wait. So seems it is ready. T2 large, this one. Go back and connect. I'll have the same key, but I have the IP is changed. Again, connect. That's it. Yeah, we have to put it yes. Now again, afterwards connect. We have to do this all commands one by one. We have to apt-get update. Here we don't need Jenkins installed. Here we need Docker installation, and no need of Java also required to install. Apt-get update. Upgrade. Paste it here. Install Docker. do this curl command for installing Docker, and then sudo such as this installation is done. Let's wait. Now this the next command for giving the permissions to the Docker user. Create a group over here, then now install CLI. This is done. Now do that AWS configure similar as we have done for the Jenkins server. We have access key, paste it. We have our secret access key, paste it. Then username region is same as US East -1. Done. Similar. Now create an Elastic IP for this one as well and associate it. Go to instance, Elastic IP. So this is why we are doing because we need this servers as a production grade, and in production we don't want our IPs to change. You know that in AWS, if we'll restart or because of some reason that our IP system has been restart, or in the later stage you need to provision another EC2 instance, then your IP has been changed. So better if you will keep it a one IP, or if you are making it another large highly scalable or another level of environment infrastructure, then you might be need auto scaling and load balancer. In that case you have to give a load balancer that assign that IP to that load balancer. Okay, let me create this one. This one we have to associate with our chest machine. Yep, and then associate it. So this is done for my second EC2 instance as well. We need this IP, and in this IP we have to give it in our Jenkins file. We have the SSH key here. We need to give this IP. Save it. Now you need to configure some of the things in our few GitHubs related setup has been required here. Go to settings in your GitHub repository. Here you need code and secrets and variable. Go to action. Here we need 5 variables you have to create. 4 variables: jobs, token, URL and username. So what I'll do, I'll basically I could delete it and create again. I can just, or else I can just paste the new values. So let's see what all the values are there required. So first one basically URL, job. So job we have created in our Jenkins server. So Jenkins server, if I'll go and see in my Jenkins server, we have created a dashboard. Here we have created our job name as chest pipeline. So this is the job name. Go back and paste it over here. Update secret. Password is your GitHub password. Confirm. Now token. Let's see from where we can get this token value. Okay, for this one also again I have to go back to my Jenkins server. Click on your name. You will have a configure. Click on this API token. Go to add a new token, generate it, copy this token, save it here later. Just go to your GitHub, paste it this value, update secret, and in your Jenkins server also you need to save this value over here. So this is done. Now what is the third value we need to configure? Wait, let me go back to my GitHub. In GitHub we have done jobs and then token and then URL. What we have to give the URL? Let's see what is written. Your Jenkins server URL. So if I'll go in your Jenkins server, here is your Jenkins server URL. Copy this one, then colon 8080. So this is your Jenkins server URL. Now fourth one is basically your user. So user is basically, it's Mayank, but let me just cross verify here. The Jenkins server user. So you have to give my name. I have to give my name. Update. So all these values are here. If you have to add another, if there is a required, you have to do it in the new repositories and all. No, and so I have already done all the changes. Now let me go back and commit my changes. Elastic IP, there's no need to restart, and then here, not here, I think should be fine if I'll click here. Okay, now let me see what all changes are required. Git status. So there are two files changes here. One is Jenkins. There's some changes I have done in the steps and in the Jenkins files only, where I have pasted my IP. Let me commit this. Git add dot git status again. So now only have two files. Commit -m. Put some comments. Update it for deployment. Enter. So it's done. Now git push -u origin to main branch. So this is done. Just see whether we have done the deployment things as well. Go back to your chest classification code. Here you can see there is now there is one file updated and another file in the script has been updated. The two files updated. Now go back to your settings and then go to actions. Go to runner. And then click on the new self-hosted runner. No, not this one, sorry. Where it is. Go to actions, sorry, and then yesterday's one, which is already there, and trigger jobs runs, run workflow, and then run workflow. So just wait. If it's started, if it becomes green, then I'll be able to see it in my Jenkins server. So currently it is just started, which is manually. Okay, now I can go to my Jenkins server. Here I can see it's started. My pipeline has been started. Click on here. Just wait. There are no stages created. So first stage has been created, declarative, and then other way you can see it as your console output as well. So here you can see that everything is what is happening, how it is doing it. So this will take around 5 to 10 minutes. So once this is done, then we can go to our application. Which is basically our public IP of the chess machine and then port 8080. So you can see that all libraries are getting loaded in my instance or creating an environment. Now this is basically run pip install -r -r requirements, so it's installing all the dependencies. So just wait. Keras, all the libraries are there now. So at the same time, let me open it in another one as well. Dashboard. Here also I can see that. Here you can see that build image, that it's in the build image stage. So this is all written in our Jenkins file. So this is takes 5 seconds. This is 3 continuous integration takes 370, 1 second, and then 1 minute. Currently it is running. So here we have a console. So everything is written in our Jenkins files. So it's a part of MLOps where you should know all the end-to-end things. That MLOps guy basically interacts with data engineers, data architects. He should be a guy who should be very dynamic in nature, and he should be collaborate with everyone, and he should be able to do the deployments, end-to-end deployments, helping all the peoples. He may or may not require to do hands-on or every time, because he need to take guide a DevOps guy getting the requirements to be done, what is has to be done, and once this is basically, he will monitor it whether it is happening correctly or not, and here and there he need to also put his hand dirty on all these things. It is very much required, so that's why uh, he need to deploy that everything from end to end. You should know that what is the use case of this, our machine learning or deep learning, whatever project it is, and what are the steps. He should be one of the person who will decide and help everyone that what is can be done and do in a good way. Yeah, and let's see what is this. 3 minutes it is running. MLOps basically, and basically he is the person who will be also part of with the data architects on a data governance, and helping the operations guys to helping them what all the things are required in the deployment, so everything is going fine or not. Yeah, and this is how it has to be done. The developer or data engineers guys is to do this end-to-end development, and taking help from the UI people, and the generating the complete end-to-end pipeline, and then asking means do the creating a Docker image and do the deployment for them. So once that deployment will be done for them, then it is basically it can be done for everything. So as a development environment also, they need to have create a Jenkins pipeline for their purpose. So then they should ensure that everything is working on their side, and it should also should be work for the DevOps or MLOps person. So let's see, now it is pushing. Now you can see that this is push image. So build image, it is took around 5 minutes 10 seconds. Once that image will be pushed, I can see my image in ECR. Currently it is should not be there anything. Let's go inside it. You can see nothing is here. Once it is pushed perfectly without any issues, then it will be, we can see it in our ECR. image is being pushed perfectly. Now just refresh it. Now I can see my images here, and in this, if I'll go, it is in continuous deployment. Push images around took 3 minutes 49 seconds, and currently deployment part is happening. So let's also wait for this to complete. So our deployment has been completed. Everything is fine, seems fine. Let's verify. Go to my EC2 instance, open it, test machine, go to my public IP, and then here we need port 8080. Let's see. Okay, whether I have opened the port 8080 for this one or not, let's check. Okay, so we have not done this for this one, this security group. Let me edit inbound rules, add port 8080, and allow to internet, and save rules. This is done. Now go back and do it again. Now my application is there. So this is our deployment has been completed successfully, we know, and let's see whether it is working or not. Not sure what is. We'll just copy this, predict it. We have taken one chest CT scan and then just predict it. It's fine, seems everything is fine. Perfect. Thanks for watching, guys. But before closing it, I just want to give another remark. Since if you are doing it for the learning purpose or as for a personal account, you need to delete everything what you have created in your EC2 in your AWS console, otherwise it will be chargeable. Jenkins server is not chargeable, softwares are not chargeable, but the provisions like EC2 instance, created your Elastic IP, your storage if any S3 like, or ECR, all these will be chargeable. So just delete everything. So for deleting it, I think first you have to disassociate it, your public IP. I'm not going to do anything here, just release it, release the Elastic IP, cannot be disassociated. Okay, so first thing I think we have to do it all the delete our EC2 instance. Just stop this EC2 instance. Once your EC2 instance will be stopped, it will be can release, I believe. If not, then we'll delete it and we'll do that. And so that's it, guys. You have to delete everything. Let me do it one more time. So let's see if it's already shut down. Stopping currently. Stopped. One more time. If it's not, then I'll delete it directly. Okay, so it is not happening. I think once I'll delete that, it will be terminate. So instance, then terminate. So I'm just terminating those instance. Also, I'll delete my ECR. I'll come back here later once this one deleted. Click here, delete your thing, delete, and then you need an IAM user. Go to your IAM user, or here, delete your IAM user, CHEST-user, delete. User is also deleted. EC2 instance. So I have deleted both my EC2 instance. Now only Elastic IP is remaining. Seems everything is done. Release. So I have deleted everything, whatever I have created. Now application is also not running. Predict. It will keep on doing it. It will never be come back. So that's it, guys. If you have any problems or anything, I'll leave my LinkedIn and GitHub account in the description below. Please do subscribe and press the bell icon for the more videos like this. Thank you very much.